Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm doing my PhD on stakeholder ontoepistemologies, which is how we understand the world, how we come to know it, and how we determine what is right or wrong, particularly in relation to sand and what I call sandscapes, which are places like beaches, dunes, and tidal flats. My research explores the different ways people understand these environments, so for some, sand is primarily seen as an economic resource, and for those I interview, sand has cultural and historical meaning. My work looks at how these diverse perspectives are integrated into the governance of the North and Wadden Seas, examining whether and how various ways of knowing and learning about sandscapes influence decision-making processes. Marine and coastal areas are not purely natural or economic spaces, but also social. People are going to have different ideas about what a sandscape means to them, and sand itself is mobile and has its own behavioral quirks. Governance that only views sand as a static resource risks overlooking opportunities to be ecologically and socially sustainable. So by embracing multiple ways of knowing, we can create governance systems that are more attuned to the complexities of these socio-natural systems. One of the first insights from my research is that Dutch marine and coastal areas are social and emotional spaces, deeply embedded with various meanings and attachments. People often learn about seascapes and sandscapes in a relational way, by observing them and spending time with them. In many cases, the people who live every day with sand and its quirks, and maybe have done so for generations, know a lot about how these systems function, especially when you're talking about timescales that are 50 years or more. And when we're talking about natural resources, such as sand, it's important to remember that they have meaning beyond their physical, measurable contribution to an ecosystem or a country's territory. My research focuses on more embodied knowledge, which is harder to measure, but just as important for making decisions about land and seascapes that are never the same from one day to the next.